going to come seated on my blankets, but that's just to start. And like I said a moment ago, if you cannot start this way, you'll start in Sukhasana. If you can, you'll start in Padmasana. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my right leg up, kind of shift forward to the top edge of the mat, bring the left leg up like this so that the knees go down, and then I'm going to lift the bottom up, and you guys in Sukhasana, stay where you are, but I'm going to lift the bottom up and then come in front of my blankets in Padmasana. So again, if you're using your blankets and you're in Sukhasana, remember that Sukhasana is like your pre-Padmasana. And so that's why it's really important in Sukhasana, when I say come into Sukhasana, that our knees come down lower than our hip points. Can you guess why? Because if your knees are higher than your hip points, Padmasana is almost impossible, right? So that's why we start in Sukhasana to kind of work that. If you can do even half Padmasana, so what that would look like would be crossing that one leg in and then bringing the other one on the bottom. That would be a half version of Padmasana. Right, exactly. Okay, so you guys bring your fingertips outside of your hips onto your blankets or onto your yoga mat. Press and lift your side body. Really stretch your collarbone out. Bring the tops of your shoulders down. Bring your abdominal wall back and your sacrum and your tailbone down towards your mat. Really take your arm bones and see if you can reach them out far away from the midline. And then bring your hands together at your heart center. You can close your eyes. Keep your chin parallel to your yoga mat. Begin your Ujjayi breathing. This is an audible inhalation. An audible exhalation. I'll chant Om. Join in, or you're welcome to just listen. Exhale your breath, bow your head, bring your chin to the groove of your neck. Keep your breastbone moving up towards your chin. Bring your hands down to your legs. Center your head, and as you take an exhalation of the breath, you can slowly open the eyes and release the hands. Very good, guys. So again, if you're in Padmasana, stay here. Sukhasana, stay there. Everyone come forward. So you'll walk the arms out in front of you. Use blocks under your hands if you'd like. Really stretch along the side body. Those of you in Padmasana, press into the yoga mat to move your buttocks towards your mat. Bring your chin towards the groove of your neck and your forehead down. Inhale, look up, look out towards the top of your mat. Concave your back. Bend your elbows and go ahead and walk your arms and hands back. Switch sides. So Sukhasana, switch your legs. Padmasana, do the same thing. You'll uncross and you can move back on your blankets if you want, and you'll cross the opposite leg in Padmasana. And for Padmasana, guys, go ahead and make sure your feet are really moving out towards the sides. So they're moving out like this. You can even do a slight dorsiflex. Lift up, move the chest up towards the chin, walk the arms out. You can even bring your arms a little bit wider than normal to really get the opening of the chest. Good, 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 good. You can bring your chin towards the groove of your neck. Stretch along your side body here and bring your thoracic spine in. So move the space between the shoulder blades into the back, and then look out in front, bend the elbows, and walk the arms and the hands back. Perfect. And then uncross here and extend the legs out in front of you. Paschimottanasana, and you guys, again, you can use a strap if you need to for the feet. But I'm going to rotate the lower buttock flesh out, do that same thing. If you're not on blankets and you can still fold forward, perfect. Bring the upper legs down, open the backs of the knees, do a dorsiflex of your feet. Inhale, take your arms out, bring your arms up, lift your side ribs, come forward with an exhalation, grab your feet or wrap your strap around your feet. Inhale and lengthen, look up. Exhale, you can widen the elbows out to the sides and fold. Keep drawing your outer legs in and your inner legs out. So draw your outer legs in. That's the outer thighs, the outer knees, and the outer shins. Draw the outer feet in. Now the inner parts of the legs, inner parts of the knees, inner parts of the feet, press out towards the outer body. And then inhale to look up, great, and exhale, release, perfecto. Perfect. One more time of Paschimottanasana, adjust the flesh, draw the upper leg bone back into the hip socket, take the arms out, take the arms up, and exhale again, come forward. Grab the feet with the heels of the feet. You can even wrap or interlace the fingers around the feet, but inhale to look out in front of you. And exhale, once more, fold. Now, take the inner ankle bones and draw them out. And tuck your outer ankle bones in. Bring your head towards your legs, towards your shin bones. And then begin to move the very top of your head towards the top of your feet. And then inhale, stretch up, and exhale to release. Very, very good, guys. Let's go ahead and move our props out to the sides and come standing. And I think at the beginning, I said, I just have a few sun salutations to do just to kind of warm us up quickly so we can start going. But, and again, do what you can do. And I'm not able to do that much today, but I want you guys to do what you can do. Those of you that practice the Ashtanga or the Vinyasa with me, tonight, these are different. These are Gita Iyengar sun salutations. So they're a little bit different. I'm going to start with blocks. You guys don't have to start with blocks, but I'll give you calls as we go. And I'm starting with blocks because I have to. Okay, so everyone, you can come to the very top of your mat. And to start, let's take our feet just about hip distance apart. And again, those of you who practice the Ashtanga salutations, these are a teeny bit different. So just kind of pay attention to the call. Now, as you're in Tadasana, you want to bring the inner feet down, bring the outer feet down, bring the inner and the outer heel bones down and straighten the knees. Draw the belly button back, bring the sacrum and the tailbone down. Inhale your breath through your nose and take your arms up, look up. Exhale your breath as you fold. Go ahead and fold forward, fold in half. Inhale, you'll look out in front of you here. Exhale, guys, and you'll bend the knees and you'll jump yourselves back into dog pose here. We'll draw the belly button back and we'll hold dog pose for a moment. Straighten the knees, straighten the elbows, engage the abdominals. Look towards your hands. Go ahead and come to your toes. Shift your weight in between your hands. Come down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Hold Chaturanga. Press your weight into your heels. Inhale your breath. Come up for Urdhva Mukha. Could stay on your toes for a moment. Shoulders down, gaze up. Exhale, bring your chest back down between your hands. Chaturanga, hold. Press into your heels. Look in front of you. Press yourselves back into dog pose. Dog pose. Stretch through your arms, stretch through your legs, and keep your belly button drawn back. Look out in front of you. Step one leg up at a time between the hands, and you'll exhale the breath here and fold. Bend the elbows. Inhale, look out in front of you. Take the arms up. You can bring the palms together, and as you exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Great. And I had to do that with you guys so I didn't see anything that you did. So I'm just assuming it was all perfect. So let's do it again, like 2 more times.
He's been fed, but he has not gone on a walk.
This time you can bring your feet together at the very top of your yoga mat.
So he needs to go out.
Bring your bottom down again. Bring your leg bones back. Inhale, take your arms up. Look up towards your hands. Lean back. Use your breath. Exhale, come forward. Keep your kneecaps straight. Go ahead and fold in half. Inhale, look out in front of you. Exhale, you're going to bend your knees and jump back into dog pose. Jump into dog pose. Press through the hands. Great. Great, 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 great. Bring the heels down, engage the kneecaps, guys. Draw your arches up, away from your yoga mat. Look out in front of you. Come forward. Bring your chest down inside of your hands here. Hold, chaturanga. Good. Bottom comes down, heel goes back. Inhale, come up for Urdhva Mukha. Move your hips towards your hands. Good, straight elbows. Great. Exhale, chaturanga. Hold chaturanga. Hold chaturanga. Press back into Adho Mukha. Great, 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 great. Take your breaths here, guys. We're going to take 5 breaths, moving the weight back, moving the weight back. Look again here towards the top of your mat. Step the opposite leg up between the hands. Feet, inner feet together, and exhale, fold. Inhale, you can look out in front of you. Take the arms out, up, lean back, open the chest. Perfect. Perfect. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Perfect. Just one more. Inhale, stretch up, take the gaze back. Exhale, come forward here, fold in half. Inhale, look out in front of you. Exhale, you'll step or jump into dog pose. Look out in front of you between the hands, come to the toes, shift forward. Come down, chaturanga dandasana, guys. Work in your heels. Come up for Urdhva Mukha. Bring the tops of your feet to your yoga mat. Exhale your breath, turn your toes under, chest towards the mat, chaturanga. Press back into dog pose. Good, 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 good. You'll push the heel of your hands into your mat to bring your backs of your legs down. So your lower legs come down, your heels come down. Look out towards the top of the mat, towards the hands. Step or jump up. Good, good, good. And then you can exhale and fold. Look out in front of you and come up. Inhale, take the arms up. Gaze goes to your thumbs. Lean back here and exhale. Hands to the heart. Perfect, guys. Excelente. And that's over with. Now, wasn't that fun? You can grab your straps if you want, and we're going to do Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So we'll do it twice, and we'll start with the strap around the foot. Watch. So this Utthita Hasta is the leg out, and then the leg out to the sides. Okay, so watch what I want us to do to start. I've got the strap in a loop, and I'm near a wall just in case for this first one, you want to kind of work through the balance of it, right? So I'll bend the right knee up, place the strap around the foot, extend the leg out. Now, if you have the balance here, guys, listen, you've got to tuck the hips in. So your outer hips tuck in. And I'll stand here for a moment. On my exhalation, engage the left lower buttock, take the right leg out to the right. Now, when you do this, draw the hip down, draw the hip down, draw the hip, and line up the front body. I'll bring the right leg back. I'll bend the elbow, bend the knee, and release. So make sure the first part is to really get a nice firm standing on your left foot. So just to get that, guys, you can stand strongly and then just lift your right foot up. Before you do anything with your right leg, just lift the foot up to check the balance, right? So you're standing, you just lift the right foot up. And then with your exhalation, bend the knee, place the strap around the right foot. You can hold the wall, guys, or you can place your left hand on your hip. Now, extend the right knee, straighten the right knee, straighten the left knee. Hug your thighs towards each other, your hips towards each other. Stand very tall, engage the left lower buttock. Take your right leg out to the right. Bring the lateral buttock down. Bring the right buttock flesh down. Perfecto. Perfecto. Bring the right leg back to the center, strong on the left leg. Tuck your hips in. Bend the knee and release. Perfect. Perfecto. So opposite side. So you can switch if you were using the wall. And when I'm saying engage the standing leg, I'm really asking you to kind of engage the lower buttock flesh. Like tuck the lower buttock flesh on your standing leg in. Okay. So bend the left knee. You can place the strap around the left foot. Engage the legs. Pretend you're using a block. And then extend the right leg out. Now, I didn't give a modification. There you go, Brendan. Good, good, good. Take the knee up as high as you can. Straighten the leg so that it's parallel to the mat, the left leg. Then take the left leg out to the left. Engage your right leg, especially the lower right buttock. Externally rotate. That's great. Externally rotate, even if you have to rotate your left toes behind you. And then bring the leg back, and you can bend the knee and release. Perfect. Repeat with your straps, or we're going to do it without the strap, hand to the outer foot without the strap, or repeat. Repeat the one that you just did, including using the wall if you need to. But watch, I'm going to grab the outer foot, extend the leg. Press down into the mat with the left leg. So I take my right leg out. Watch for a moment. I want to kind of turn the toes behind me some, like this. And when I'm here, watch the left hip. Tuck in, tuck in, tuck in. Draw the abdominal wall in. Bring the leg back. Bend the knee and release. Or repeat with your strap. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Again, on your standing leg, which is your left leg this time, make sure your left toes face forward. You can even kind of pigeon toe your left toes slightly, and you'll feel that rotation of your bottom leg. Once you get your strap or your outer hand to your right foot, push into the foot, straighten the right knee, lift the chest. Don't lean over your leg. Move your torso away. Now take your right leg out to the right, engage the lower left leg. Hand to the foot or holding the strap. Good. Now everyone tuck your outer hip in towards your right foot. Outer hip in towards your right foot, buttock down. Bring the leg back to the center. Push through the foot, bend the knee, release, switch sides. Perfect. Perfecto. So again, remember your foundation here, this right foot and that buttock. So this leg is highly engaged, especially the lower buttock flesh. The bottom is engaged. So bend the left knee. You can use the strap to the foot, or you can use the hand to the outer foot. If you've got the hand to the outer foot, push your foot into your hand and lift your left leg up just a little bit. Straighten the knee if you hadn't done so. Good, good. Now concentrate on your bottom leg, your inner right knee, take it back, rotate it back. Now take your left leg out to the left, but don't let your front rib cage shift. So when your left leg goes out, really turn your navel to the right. That's it. Move your belly button to the right. There you go. Bring the leg back to the center. Perfecto. And then exhale, release, bend the knee. This is a little more difficult, and I don't really know how you can modify this. Let's see. So I'm going to do something very close to that. And again, you can use the wall. So for this one, and I don't know, let me think of how I guess you could hold a strap, as a matter of fact. So let me just show you what we're going to do, and then we'll see if you can do it with the strap. So I'm going to bend the knees and kind of bend forward here. And then I'm going to take the arm, as I'm leaning forward, I'm going to lift the right knee and bind the hands around the right thigh, back of the right leg. And then I want to press into the arm with the back of this leg. Watch. So I want to go here and lift. Okay, so you've just wrapped, you have to bend forward, you have to fold forward, and it's a little bit easy if you really give your knees a good bend, lift the right foot up, and then bind, wrap your right arm underneath your right leg, and then your left arm behind your back. Now, if you needed a strap, hold the strap in the right hand. Do the same thing, lean forward, lift the right leg up, and you can grab the strap with your left hand, you see, and then press into the leg. So the arm, the back of your right arm presses very strongly into your leg. Let's see where we go. That's it, Andy, good, good, good. You can press the back of that arm into the leg. Great. And then bend the knee, release. So the catch, I think, guys, is to really get that arm to work. So maybe if I do it from facing this direction, you can see the action of the arm. So when I do this, that right leg or the leg that I'm going to bind goes out to the side, and then you can get underneath there. Do you see? And then you can lift up. Now, as you do that, use your arm. Use your arm so you'll really use your right arm to press your leg back like that. Just do that exact same thing. Except opposite. You're doing the opposite side. Good. Hold a strap if you need to, but use the arm. Great. Great, 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 great. Perfecto. Good. Find the balance on the standing leg as you try to bind. Perfect. All right, guys, let's release. Oh, that was just enough fun for one day. So we'll try that kind of in a more of a binding way, and we'll start two different ways. This is TT Basana 1, not the one that we do all the time where you come down. So watch. I'm going to take the feet really wider than my hips distance, and I'm going to lean in, and I'm just going to wrap this arm underneath the right leg, and then take the L shape at the heels of the feet like this. And then I'll kind of wiggle the legs in so that the knees really close into the arms. And then from here, if you can go deeper, you can bind, or you can kind of keep holding on to your legs and straighten your knees. Try to bring your chest and take your gaze towards your bottom. So you're trying to bring your chest back, gaze to the bottom. Now you're thinking, well, I just can't do that. And that's fine. Come here and stay here, or just straighten the knees as much as you can and look towards your bottom. Kind of roll your gaze back towards your bottom. Bend your knees very well to start. Very well. And then you can inch your feet closer to one another. There you go. And you'll straighten the knees just as much as you can. Look towards your bottom. Even if your knees are bent, that's excelente. That's excellent. Excelente. And then release. Bend the knees, release. That was good. Oh, well, I'm tired. I'm pooped now. Restorative. Where's Krista? Just kidding. Just kidding, Krista. Look, I'm going to try to bind this now. Now, again, you can use a strap this time. The full expression of this TT is that there's a bind around the back of the waist. So, and you've got to get pretty low to do this. Like, you see, so you're getting a lot of space there, and I even connect and then just kind of rock side to side and maybe push to straighten the knees as much as I can. I'll look out, bend the knees, and then release, okay? So you don't have to straighten your knees, but do take your feet, your legs, pretty good distance Lean forward, bend your knees well, and see if you can rock into a bind. Connect your fingers underneath the leg and then around the waist. Now, Audrey, I think you can get it if you bring your feet a little closer. If you bring your feet a little closer. Yeah, now try that. Bend your knees really well. There you go. There you go. Good, 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 good. Squeeze the arms to the legs, guys, and then squeeze the knees to the backs of the arms. Straighten as much as you can. Ah. And then release. Perfect. Perfecto. So what I'm going to do is kind of take that down to the mat with the second version of TT Basana. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, separate the feet. They're a little wider than my hips distance. And then I'm going to bend the knees and I'm going to bring the blocks behind me like this, right? And then I'm holding on to the blocks. The arms are underneath the backs of my legs. And then I want to kind of come down, just like this. So you can hold the blocks in the front, you can hold over the back, but I'm at the front edge of the block with the heel of the hands there. And then I just want to kind of lift one set of toes at a time. Guys, listen, what you've got to do for this one, listen to me, guys, before you go, is you've got to let the bottom come down and balance on your arms, but watch the lower buttock and engage the core. So it's this, watch, kind of pressing up through the belly, and then you'll push to straighten the knee, or you'll stay where you are. Okay, so blocks go behind your feet, your heels, and you do bend your knees really, really well, and then put the heel of your hands on your blocks. I like to kind of wrap the front of the fingers over the front edge, and then just bend the knees, hold on to the blocks, and get the arms underneath the legs. Now, lift the bottom by engaging the pelvic floor. So draw up from the pelvic floor and lift the bottom. Good, 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 good. All right, release. Release, guys. That was fun, wasn't it? Very good. Let's just come seated. We'll do Baddha Konasana so that we can rest. So I'm leaning over one side to the other, and then I'll finally settle right in the center. And then I'll take the feet and I'll spread the soles of the feet, moving them up to the ceiling. Good. You can also use a blanket underneath you if you want. And then from here, I'm going to lift the chest, exhale the breath, and come forward. And then you'll, again, take your hands and open the soles of the feet and see if you can bring your front rib cage down to your feet, to your inner feet. Perfecto. And then inhale, come up. Excelente. You bring the knees together and then extend the legs. Very good, guys. Now there's another one, and I don't actually know the formal name to this, but it's the bow and arrow pose. Like, I don't remember the Sanskrit name because I really never do this pose. So you can use a strap for this eventually, but I think we're going to start without a strap. You can use a blanket. So if you have a little blanket, you can fold it in our taco fold like that, and you can sit at the very edge of it. Now, how I'm going to start is I'm going to just kind of lean forward in Pashi and grab my toes like this. And then I'll just inhale up and we'll sit up again. And then we'll do that again. We'll grab the toes and I'll inhale, stretch up, and then we'll release. Really keep your legs together, your knees together, backs of your legs grounded. Now you're thinking, well, I can't grab my toes without my strap. And wrap your strap here, lift up, come back. Wrap your strap here, lift up, come back. Really use either the fingers to the toes to the fingers to lift your side ribs. And let's do that forward fold like that, lift up. Let's do that 6 times, okay? So start if you hadn't. So reach out, grab your big toes if you can. Inhale, lift your side ribs, and then release. Good. Do it again. Move forward, grab your big toes, pull against them, lift up, release. Do it again. We're doing it 6 times. So as you release, you sit tall again. So as you release, you sit tall. Good. Do the same thing. Do this 6 times. Keep your upper leg bones down and work really to grab the toes or use the strap. Perfecto. Perfect. So what I'm going to do once you've done that, and if you're not done, you can keep going and just kind of listen to what I'm instructing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend the right knee like this, and I'm going to grab my foot. Almost, it reminds me of this, Baddha Konasana, and actually we could probably keep that, but I'm not. I'm going to keep my legs extended out, move my feet apart, bend the right knee, and turn the sole of the foot towards me, and I'm going to grab the foot with my hand. Now to do this, listen guys, this knee, remember this? Standing, the knee, pretend that that arm is there, because why? The knee has to go as far back and down in order for you to get the foot up. Do you see? So the knee, listen, it's the knee. And so when you come forward, you separate the feet, you see I'm bending the knee and turning the sole of the foot to me. The knee's already in position. Press back, lift the foot, and what you'll do here is you'll just move your ear to your foot, like answering the cell phone, right? So don't lean your body. There you go. Great, 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 great. And that's perfecto. Try not to round your spine. And then release, switch sides. Very nice. Very, very nice. Extend the leg out. Now remember, and I think a way that you can remember or kind of think about this in your head is if you're practicing this, when you take your knee back, it goes to the wall. It's like this. And then you try to get it down. Do you see? So can you guys see the direction it went here? It went down. The foot went up. Yeah. So try once more, and then maybe we should do the wall. That's it. That's it. That's great. That's great. Remember, take the knee back and down. Knee goes back and down. That's great. Great, 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 Audrey. That's a nice conversation. Look at Audrey. She's, hello. Just kidding. Okay, so switch sides. You did. Go back to the right side. Try it one more time before we do the full pose. So you'll bend the knee out, turn the sole of the foot, lift the foot up. You can use both hands if you'd like. Press the knee back and down, bring the foot up, turn the ear to the sole of the foot. Great. And then release. Same thing, opposite side. Turn the foot, take the knee back. Pretend you've got a wall there. You'd press the kneecap towards the wall and then down towards the floor. Lift the foot. Hello. And then release. Full expression of this one is a huge challenge. And so I'm going to use a strap. But in reality, guys, it starts like this. So this pose starts like this. It starts from this position, right? And so let's do that. So before you use your strap, if you could grab your big toes before, or if you need your strap, use it. But come forward and grab your toes like this. Just grab your 2 big toes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the right foot, the right big toe, turn to the right, and take the right arm behind me like that. And then I'll come back forward. And then again, you're holding the toes. I'll lift the chest, and then I'll turn to the left, and then I'll extend the arm. And then we'll come back to the toes, lift the chest, release the right, extend the arm behind you. Really twist. So this is a twisting pose. That's great. Try to get as tall as you can. Watch as you twist. So you're here and you lift and keep the chest up, twist. Perfecto. Great, great, great. Perfect. And then you guys can release, and I'll show you the full expression, or use a strap around the foot. So if you're doing it this way, you've got to kind of just move your loop over to the opposite side. If you're not, and so let's see, if you had a loop, you'd go here, you try to grab the right toe, you pull, drag the heel back. Do you see where the knee went? Now the chest went also. Did you notice? So remember when we did this? So it's almost that same thing here. Twist to the right, lift the foot, foot to the ear. Come back. You can switch if you're using a strap, switch the strap to the opposite foot, or otherwise hold your big toes, right? And then we'll start with the right. So as you lean forward, grab the toes, bend the right knee back and down, lift the foot, foot to the ear. Great. Turn back to the center, switch sides. Perfecto. Perfecto. Drag the heel back, lift the foot up, come to the ear. Great, great, great. Twist. Remember to twist the torso towards the bent knee foot. That's great. Now lift the foot, drop the knee, and then release. Perfect, guys. That was good. That was great. So let's see, because our arm balance is kind of a challenge. Well, I don't even know if I'm going to do that one tonight. But what I am going to do is Malasana to Bakasana. So more arm balances. So what I'm going to do for Malasana 1 is I'm going to come to 2 blankets. And I'll turn to the side so you guys can see. And I'm going to keep my knees and my inner feet together, my legs together firmly. My heels are on the blanket. And that's just making the legs longer. And I want to really press down. I'll take the arms out, keep your knees together, and I'll bend my knees, tuck my sacrum down towards the mat, and I'll hold Malasana. And then we'll come up. And we'll do this few times. Really keep your heels grounded, and then we'll lift up, and then we'll go to Malasana 2 into Bakasana. Okay, so 1 blanket or 2 if you can. I cannot, but full expression is to stand on the mat. So if you can stand on the mat and ground your heels like this, do that. Right, but I just can't do that. I don't have enough. I'm too short in the lower legs or something. My legs aren't long enough for that. Just kidding. So if you're using a blanket, bring your feet together, extend your arms out, bend your knees, tuck your sacrum and your tailbone, hold. Good. Come all the way down. Come down as far as you can. That's it, Lisa. Come down deeper. Your bottom hovers. Your bottom hovers. Now, press your knees together. They're together, Krista. Good. Stand. Stand. Good. Perfect. That's Malasana 1. We'll keep the knees together. Malasana 2, we take the knee, we separate, right? So again, do Malasana 1, 2 more times. You come down. You got to rock into your heels to hold. Rock into your heels. And then strongly press with your feet to stand. Esther, that's perfect. That's perfect. You want to do the best you can to lift the chest. Great. Great, great, great. Bring the bottom down, hold, and then press through the feet to lift. Remember, if you don't need the blankets, you can do it without, right? can do it without. Okay. Malasana 2. Same thing, except when I come down, I'm going to separate the knees. And for this first one, I'm just going to put the hands on the mat, press the backs of the arms into the shins. So I'll come here, here, here. And then when I come forward, I'm going to put my hands here and watch where the backs of my arms go and watch my outer hip and my outer right knee. Here. Now, if you can go deeper, you can bind or you can hold your heels and bring your head towards your mat or to your prop. We'll come here and back here. Okay, bring the knees together. And this one can also be done without your blanket stacked. So if your heels remain grounded, stand on your mat. But let's take our arms out. Make sure your legs and your feet are together. Exhale, come to Malasana 1. Exhale again, shift forward, separate the knees. Bring your side ribs inside. Now, take your right arm out and then bend your elbow. Press the back of your right arm into your right shin bone. Press the back of your right arm into your right shin bone. Do the same on the left. Now, if you can wrap the hands behind to grab your heels, do that. Elongate your side ribs and bring your forehead towards your mat. Good. And then bring the knees together. Your forehead can also come to your block and then come standing. Okay, just one more transition. This is a transition. And so what I'm going to do is just use one blanket. I actually don't know if I can do this transition, but I'm going to try to. So this time I've got one blanket there, and I'm going to bend the knees and come down, press through the heels, separate the knees. And do this one at a time. Arm out, press back, palm down. Same thing here. Now from here, I'm going to squeeze the knees to the outer arms, to the armpit area, and then I'm going to come high onto my tippy toes. And then as I do that, I can kind of press back into the shins, come forward. Take one set of your toes up at a time. Control, it's here, listen, it's kind of a slight drawing up at the lower abdominal. Okay, so come to Malasana, bend the knees, right, separate the knees. Your inner feet are together. Now, extend the right arm out, bend the right elbow, press the back of your arm to your shin. Do that part first, guys. Put your hands on your yoga mat, palms down. Press the backs of your arms. Shift forward some, come to your tippy toes. Go as high as you can. Shift forward. Now, take one big toe away from the mat at a time. Good, 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 good. And then release. Perfecto. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, guys, let's just come down onto our mats and we'll do Supta Padangustasana. That'll be fun. And I think I've got another fun thing that we can do with that. If you want to use a wall for your feet, you can. I'm going to use a little bit of a blanket to the outer right hip. You can have a strap or you cannot. You don't have to have a strap for the intermediate class. So if you don't have a strap, what that would look like, Supta 1 would be outer foot or big toe. If you can't do that, go ahead and grab the strap and bring it around the right foot. And you can even put it around just the big toe and press up. So you've got this right leg extended up. I'll let you guys go ahead and get settled there so you don't have to rush. Just go ahead and come lying on your mat, one blanket to your outer hip, strap or no strap. You can press your left foot into the wall and place your strap around your right heel or grab your right big toe. Now press the right leg straight up. Keep your bottom leg, your left leg, all the way down into your mat. Really use your thigh bone. Move your femur bone back. No bent knees. Really try to straighten the knee, engage the quadricep. Right leg is still up. You guys go ahead and take your left hand to the very top of your left leg and draw your left leg down. And now slowly take your right leg to the right, move your navel to the left. Take your belly button to the left. Take your belly button to the left and really keep the back of that left leg grounded. Now go ahead and bend your right elbow. Bring the back of your right arm to your mat. Lift your chest. Now press your right thigh bone to the back of your right leg. Press your right thigh bone to the back of your left leg. Let your top of your right leg rest on your blanket. Big external rotation. You were doing it right, Brendan. That was right, what you were doing. It's like this. And then we're going to bring the right leg up. And again, remember the foot or the outer foot or the strap or the big toe. Now switch. So you'll take the left hand and you can take the toe, or you can take the outer right foot with your left hand. Straighten your right knee. Go ahead and take your right leg over to the left. And you guys look to the right. Keep twisting your belly button to the right. To the right. You can also bend the left elbow, bring the back of the left arm down, and twist deeper to the right. Good, 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 good. Perfect. Bring your right leg back to the center. And this time you'll grab the foot with both hands or grab your strap with both hands. Now, bend your elbows and go ahead and bring your right leg all the way into your chest. Try to do as much as you can to touch the yoga mat with your right toes. So what you can do is do a dorsiflex of your right foot and try to press your toes towards the mat. Good, good. Flex the foot, guys. Press through the toes. And then release, bend the knee. Perfect. And we can switch sides. So you can take your blanket over to the left. And again, remember, it's the outer foot, the big toe, or the strap. Now, this leg is important because it comes up as you move. It does this, right? And so what I really want us to do is work the weight here. Like this. So I'm holding that right leg to really resist to the right as I'm letting my left leg go to the left. So that's important. But start with the left leg extended up like we did a moment ago. And you can have the strap or the big toe or the outer foot. Good, 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 good. Now take your, straighten your right leg and your left leg, and you want to press your left thigh bone away from you. Away from you. So you grab the big toe or you grab the outer foot or you use the strap. But take the thigh bone back. Take the left thigh bone towards the left hamstring and bring your right thigh bone down. Hold your top of your leg. Hold the top of your right leg with your right hand. Take your left leg to the left. Look opposite and twist your belly button opposite. Great, 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 great. Now remember, you're moving your navel opposite. You're keeping yourself grounded. Stabilize using your core. Perfect, perfect. Good. Now bend the elbow, left elbow, and see if you can bring the back of your left arm down. And your chest, lift your chest. Remember, your chest lifts here. Good, good. Bring the leg up. You can grab the outer foot or you can grab the toe, but you'll switch the hand or the strap that holds the hand. The hand that holds the strap. You know what I mean. Switch. And then take your left leg to the right, twist opposite, twist your spine, your torso to the right, to the left. Yeah. Now, don't go too far over. Begin to do more of bending the elbow to bring the back of the arm to the mat. That's it. Now, roll the outer hip down and twist your belly button to the left. Twist to the left. Great, 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 great. And then bring the leg back to the center. And remember here, you're going to grab the foot with both hands or grab your strap with both hands. Pull your leg towards you and try to bring your toes, your 5 left toes, to the yoga mat over your head. You've got to press your thigh bone opposite of that. Really get your femur bone to go away from you. Now flex your foot, flex your toes, and see if you can kick your heel bone over your head. Good. And then you can exhale to release. Very, very good, guys. So stay supine, and you can move your blankets out to the sides. And you can bend your knees, put your feet on the mat, maybe lift and tuck your sacrum. You can even bring your inner knees together and your feet wide. And then you guys can release. So I think one more arm balance. Well, maybe 2 more. And this one is a super duper, 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 duper challenge. And so the good thing I think about this one is that you can take it in stages, in steps, okay? Probably the way I'm gonna have to do. So you guys can bend your knees into your chest and roll over to your right and come up. And actually, yeah, just watch for a moment. I think I'm gonna do this one first. So 2 more arm balances. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lie on my mat, and you don't necessarily need the wall for this one. Use a strap, or you can use your hand to your foot. I'm going to do it this way, I think, so you guys can see me. But I'm going to bend the knee and grab the toe and extend the leg. And then I'll straighten the opposite leg, which is my right leg. But I'm doing opposite of what you guys are going to do. So I'm just going to hold this foot, bring this leg down, and I'll take the right leg, the right leg out to the right. And then when I bring it back, I'm going to try to roll over onto my side, put my hand under my ear, and come to the back of my arm. So I'm going to go here, here, here. And then I'll go here, back here, and then we'll switch. So again, you can use your strap just like you would normally here. And then when you go out here, you're holding your strap, right? And when we bring the leg up, now watch, I'm going to push through the foot to get my hand under my ear. So as I come here, I've got to press up. So I've got to press up with the foot, roll to the arm. So start with your right leg elevated. Start with your right leg elevated. Good, 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 good. Now again, you're holding either the toe, or you're holding the outer foot, or you're using a strap. So your right leg is up. Now exhale, take your right leg out to the right. Just go ahead and bring the right leg out to the right. Hold there for a moment. Go back out to the right. Good, out to the right for a moment. Now, go ahead and we'll bring the leg back to the center. Pull the leg up to the ceiling. Come to the elbow under the ear. Good, good. Use that leg. Great. Great, great, great. Roll back with control to Supta Padangusthasana 2. Use your core. And then release and switch. Wasn't that fun? Yes. Okay, switch sides. So opposite leg. I think you're holding your left foot, left big toe, or strapped to your left foot. Take your leg up to start. Big, nice exhalation. Take the leg out to the side. So left leg goes out. Good. Good. Hold it there for a moment. That's great. That's great. Now bring the left leg up, and at the same time, press the foot into the hand. Come to the ear. Hand to the ear. Great. Come all the way onto that outer bottom foot and press through the outer foot. Perfect. And then with control, roll back. Excelente. Okay. So forget that other arm balance. We'll do that next time. So start with Setu Bandha. And let's see if we can get Chatuspadasana. So what I'm going to do is start here on my back, knees bent, and my feet are a little bit apart. They're not together. And you can do it a couple ways. You can use a strap to the front of your feet. And I like to loop a strap around the ankles, but you could do it like this. The full expression is to lift up and grab the feet. And then I'm going to press the feet down. I'm going to roll the outer arms down and lift. Again, so you can come here and come here, and then roll your arms down, press your shin and your knees back, and come up. Chatuspadasana. Now, if you just don't have the flexibility for that, wrap a strap around the front of the ankles and see if you can come up that way. So roll your outer arms to the mat and lift. That's it. Keep moving your shin bones back and keep lifting or pumping your chest towards your chin. Good. Good. And then come down. Did you guys grab your ankles? I think you did. Let's try that one more time. One more time. Chatuspadasana. So you can lift your feet, grab the front of your ankles with your hands, bring your feet down, roll your arms out and lift. Good. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. And then exhale to release. Nice and really important for your inner knees and your feet, your inner feet and your back bends to remain parallel. So in other words, you don't want to let your feet rotate out or your knees rotate out to the sides. Okay, perfecto. So we'll go ahead and we'll stay on our mats and we'll come for back bend. So what I want you guys to do, and you can even use a strap on your legs. Sometimes we put a block between the knees or between the feet. But for this one, what I would like for you guys to do is if you don't come all the way up, I want you to practice pushing onto the top of your head. And actually, I don't know if I could do that, but I'll try. So watch, my feet they do come in closer. And I'll put the hands on the mat, fingers facing the shoulders like this, tuck the arms in. Now, the first thing I want us to practice is to pump the body, the front of the body to the ceiling and see if you can get enough weight to come onto the top of your head. Now watch, adjust, elbows in, watch the front body. Press up, press up, press up. And then tuck and come back down. Okay, let's see if we can start there. So you're trying to get, and then if you're here and you just can't do that, stay with that practicing of your arms, your hands over your shoulders. Tuck your elbows in. Remember, you can even tie your elbows with the strap. Your feet are a hip distance apart. You'll put your hands on your mat. Good. Come to the crown of your head. Pump the front of your body up. Good. And then you guys can come down. Good, 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 good. Andy, can you widen your block? Like just turn it on the wider level. Yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. One more time, you guys. This time, if you can push all the way, into Urdhva Dhanurasana, do so. You'll push all the way into full back bend if you can. If you cannot, then just again, try to get onto the top of your head, pump the chest up. Perfect. Nice, nice, nice. Good, 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 good. And then when you guys are done there, just go ahead and remain on your yoga mat. Make sure you lift and tuck the sacrum and the tailbone, and you can bring your knees into your chest, maybe one at a time, and just kind of hug the knees. And I'm going to take the arms out, take the knees to the left, and I'll look to the right. The supine spinal twist. And try to get that the left shoulder blade to the left, and try to move or twist your navel to the right. And then you can use your left hand to bring that right knee down. And then release and bring your knees back to the center. And then we'll take them over to the right. And then twist to the left again. Make sure the shoulder blades move away from the spine. You can look toward your left hand. You can use your right hand to bring your left knee down. And then you can release and bring them back to the center. And then again, hug the knees into the chest. You can do any movements here, side to side or front to back. And then let's go ahead and roll over to the right, and you're going to bring yourselves up to seated. Very good, guys. And then when I come seated, be enough near your wall so that we can go maybe from, and if you don't need a wall, that's fine, but we'll go from dog pose to Shirsasana, right? So I'm going to have my blanket here. And if I take the dog pose around with hands underneath or around the blanket, and we're going to hold our dog pose for a moment, then we'll come hands and knees, palms up, interlace, outer wrist down, top of the head. Here, walk in, guys, really press, extend the leg up, little bit of a hop. And then bring the opposite leg up, tuck the bottom in. Find your balance here by moving into your forearms and into your elbows. Here. Okay. If you don't need a wall, that's fine, but take dog pose first. That'll kind of help release the back. Now, what you're thinking, well, I'm not going to invert today. Well, you still would take your dog pose. And then when we're going into Shirsasana, you can come from dog pose down to Adho Mukha. Okay, so that's if you're not going to do the inversion part of this. But if you need a wall, be near your wall and come into dog pose to start. Really push your weight into your outer hips, move your leg bones back, move your heels down. Keep your ears in line with your upper arms. And on your exhale, come hands and or come down to your knees. Good. Interlace your fingers, fingers face you, cup the back of your head. Place the back of your head on the mat, cup it. Fingers face you. Elbows in, take one leg up very strongly. Brendan, can you bring your elbows closer to your midline? Just tuck, yeah, not that close, a little wider, but yeah, like that. You guys extend a strong leg up, a super strong extended leg towards the wall. That's it. Firm leg. And if it doesn't move your bottom toes, that's okay. Just switch legs. Perfect. Perfect. Few more seconds in Shirsasana, relaxing the legs some, pressing outer wrist, pressing outer arms, elbows against your mat or your blankets. Just a few more seconds here, guys. Wonderful. And everyone can come into Adho Mukha Virasana. So if you're in Shirsasana, you'll come down slowly, control your descent. And you can even take your arms out, separate your knees, bring your bottom on top of your heels, and just rest here for a moment. And then as you exhale the breath, you can just take your gaze toward your hands and bring yourselves up. Perfect. And then let's just come seated on our bottom. You can move your blanket or you can just extend your legs out. And you can rotate your buttock flesh. Maybe you want to sit on top of that blanket, but this is Ardha Baddha Padma, Paschimottanasana. So separate the feet some, and I'll take half lotus with the right leg. Now, if this bothers you and you can't get half lotus, just do the modified version. Place the right sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. Otherwise, come to half lotus, and you can also use a block to your outer right knee. But if you can get half lotus, take it. Wrap your right arm behind you, grab your right big toe. Now try to bring your chest forward. Reach forward, grab your left foot with your left hand. Put your nose on your left knee. And then inhale, stretch up, lift your chest. And then exhale, release. Perfect. And we'll switch sides. Remember, you can modify that by bringing the sole of the foot to the inner thigh, not doing the bind, but just coming forward, hand to foot, or half lotus. Now, say you do half lotus and you can't do the bind, you can still come forward with two hands to your right foot, okay? But always protect the knee. So if you've got Ardha Padmasana, left arm behind, grab the left toe, come forward, right hand to the right foot. And you'll fold and bring the nose to the knee if you can. That left knee points out in front of you and moves forward. You can also use a strap to the foot to wrap, when you wrap your arm or behind you, the strap would be there. But don't round your spine, but lift your belly button up and keep moving forward, moving your head towards your foot, and then inhale up. Great. Perfect. And exhale, release, straighten the knee out. And then and I think I'll do that just one more time, just to show that you can use a strap. So if you didn't get to bind this and you just fold it one hand to the foot, maybe you use a strap. So it's the right foot in half lotus. That strap will go around the right foot like this. And then when you bring your hand behind, catch the strap. So the strap goes behind you. You kind of tug on that strap, bring the right knee forward, and maybe you can come forward, hand to the foot. So you can use a strap if you can't take your right hand to your foot. So let's try that one more time. Come half lotus with your right leg. You can wrap your right arm behind you and catch your right big toe, or use a strap to your foot, right hand behind. Now, bring your right shoulder forward. That's it. Keep twisting that right arm, right side of your body towards your left knee. Then come forward, widen the elbow out, nose to the knee. Perfecto. And then release. Inhale up and release. Excelente. Excelente. I think the binding, you can take this in a couple of different, or you can think about this in a couple of different ways. If you feel like your shoulders are more of your issue and not your hips so much, then the bind is good. The bind is important. Do you see? So if you're just working on opening up the front of the body, make sure to find a way to get this, and watch the shoulder. The shoulder, without moving the hips, has to rotate back. So you kind of tug on the knee and you pull that entire outer side of your body in and then come forward. Okay. So switch sides. And again, remember, don't compromise the knee. So if this bothers the knee, just go here and maybe here. You could still use that one hand and you can still get that idea of lining your front body up towards your straight leg. Okay. So it's no big deal if you can't bind or you can't do half lotus. Perfect. Come forward, grab the foot, try to get the shoulder, the front body to line up towards the knee. Great, 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 great. And then inhale up, excelente. And exhale to release. Perfect. Go ahead and just straighten your legs out in front of you. Again, you can adjust the flesh and we'll come forward, grab the feet, pashi. See if you can bring your head down. Maybe you need a prop at your shins or at your knees to get your head down, but let's see if we can ground the forehead to something. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. And then very slowly, guys, you can roll yourself back up to a seated position. And then I'm going to come supine. So I'm just going to bend the knees. I like to grip the yoga mat and come reclined. And I think the first thing that I will start with is half lotus. So when I lie down, bend the right knee up, bring the right leg into half lotus. I'll bend the left knee and see if I can let that outer right knee come down. Now watch the knee. It does have to tuck in and down. So now you're thinking, well, I just cannot do that. Then maybe just Sukhasana, and y'all remember how we do that Sukhasana here, remember? And then you just kind of wiggle the foot in to get that idea of Padmasana. So supine, straighten both knees, bend your right knee, bring it into half lotus. Bend your left knee, bring your inner left foot to your outer right knee. Now, if you've got your right leg in half lotus, if you can wiggle your left foot back towards your bottom, towards your right buttock flesh, and then maybe grab your left toes and kind of pull your left toes in. So you're still in a half lotus. And then release, can bring your feet onto your mat. I guess that's another way to do it. If that didn't work the way that we just did it, if you maybe keep your knees bent, bring your left leg half lotus, just like this. And then turn that outer right foot down and see if you can bring the legs down. That did work out better, didn't it? Diana, where are you going? Oh, good. Okay. Good. Oh. Okay. Ask Todd. Oh, well, no, you said the road's closed. Okay. Bye. And then you guys can release. Maybe just bring both of your feet onto the mat. Lift, tuck your sacrum, tailbone. Knees are bent and you'll rest here for a moment. This is just kind of lengthening at the lower part of your back. Now, and I don't know if we practiced this quite enough, but what I'm going to do is come into full lotus as I'm lying on the mat. So I've got the knees bent. And I think maybe, listen, maybe you use, if you feel like your knees are going to be lifted up, maybe you use a blanket so that your knees come down onto your blanket like that. So I'm lying down supine. You could do half if you can't do the full version. And what I'll do is I'll bring the right leg up and then I'll bring the left leg up. I'm going to try to hold on to my toes, like my big toes with my hands. Now, as my knees come down, I'm going to lift the chest and see if I can get the top of my head onto the mat like that. So again, either maybe you don't need the blanket here. Or maybe you can't get your top of your head on your yoga mat. And so in that case, maybe you just come half. So here would be one side and then here. You see, so if you can't do the full lotus pose, maybe do half. But let's see if we can get that. So right leg comes in first, then left leg. Remember, your feet are up. You can have your feet up. And then once you get that cross, if you can grab your toes, let your legs come down. Bring the backs of your arms down, lift your chest, put the top of your head on the mat. Great. And release and switch sides. Excellent, guys. So again, use blanket. You can even use a blanket underneath the back of your top of your head if you feel like you need even more height, or if you've got a neck injury or whatnot. Don't even come onto the top of your head, and just press your arms and lift your chest. But try your other side. So you'll bring your left leg into half lotus first on this one. I mean, yeah, into lotus. That's it, Molly. And then if you can, maybe you can't hold your toes. But if you can hold your toes, then let your legs fall down, chest goes up, top of your head, mat. That's it. Really press through those outer knees. That's great. That's great. That's great. And then exhale, lift up and release. Perfecto. Go ahead, guys, and let's just stretch our legs out. And you can stay supine. So when you stretch your legs out, see if you can really draw your abdominal wall down. Lengthen your sacrum and your tailbone. Take your arms up and over your head. And again, the work is in drawing the abdominal wall towards your mat and lengthening the back of your body. And then you can exhale to release the arms. Let's bend the right knee in. And I want you to just pull the knee in first towards the chest. And then just let it roll out to the side. And we hold here a moment. Now your foot, see if you can relax your right foot. And see if you can draw that right knee out and down towards the mat. And then exhale to release. You release the right, extend it down, bend the left. First, bend it into the chest. And then take it out to the side some. The inner thigh, the inner knee is still kind of hugging the outer rib cage. So you're not taking it out too far. But you are seeing if you can feel that spreading at the back of your waist. And then pull it back in towards your chest and then release. So it went out a little bit wide to start. And again, as you're lying on your mat, again, practice that drawing the abdominal wall away from the t-shirt or away from the top of the pants. And I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to bring the knee up. I'm going to take the left hand to the outer right knee. The left toes are straight up. And then as I take my right knee over, I'm going to roll to the outer left foot, bring the right knee down. And then again, I want to really twist to the right. So first you bring the knee to the chest. You take the left hand to the outer right knee, and then you roll over to the left side of your body as you let your inner right knee come to the mat. Now your goal really is to keep your sternum, your breastbone, moving towards the ceiling and the back of your right rib cage grounded. And then you can release. We'll roll back, keeping that right knee bent, hug it in, and then release and switch sides. So the left knee bends up. And you draw it in and pull your hip opposite. Take your right hand to your outer left knee and roll even onto your outer right foot, your outer right hip. See if you can roll enough to get that inner left knee down. And then you've got to lift your shoulder blades, especially your right one, take it to the right. And really twist to the left. And then we'll keep that left knee bent, but we'll come back to the center, and you can hug the knee in and release. You can straighten your left knee, and again, we'll just rest on the mat, pulling the abdominal wall down. Just a few more moments here. Again, moving your thigh bones towards the mat, moving your abdominal wall towards the mat, keeping your chest elevated though, so your chest is lifted. Perfect. And then guys, go ahead and release, and we'll prepare for Shavasana. So whatever way that you would like to take Shavasana, you could do that. So maybe legs up the wall, or you could stay lying flat on your mat if you were comfortable there. Tying the feet is it's a good idea too. I like to do that. It kind of, it helps me to relax. So I just take a loop strap around the feet. Feet are still, if you're doing it this way, feet are still about hip distance apart. You see, and you get that length here and then straighten. Or again, that's my favorite way, but you guys go for your thing. But once you do come grounded on your mat or wherever you're going to be, take your arms out to the sides with the palms of your hands up towards the ceiling. And then you exhale the breath, and you begin to allow the weight of your body, your muscles, your bones, your organs to move towards your mat. They just become very heavy. and relaxed rather. And really with with all the things that are going on the past couple of days, it's been hard to relax or to release stress. So take a deep exhalation of your breath and let go. See if you can allow your body to begin to melt into the mat and let the back of your head spread against the mat. Allow your brain to relax and it moves away from the front of your skull towards your mat. Relax the abdominal area. In case this is a space where you tighten. And with an exhalation, see if you can allow the organs that reside in the abdominal area to relax or to become heavy. Begin to deepen your breath, move your awareness very slowly back into the room. Movements in the fingers and in the toes. You can bend your elbows slowly and bring your hands to your belly or to your heart. Stretch the arms over the head, full body stretch, and you want to bring your abdominal wall towards the mat as you do this. And then with an exhalation of the breath, release the arms to the side body. Bend the knees very slowly here. And bring the feet, soles of the feet to the mat. Whenever you're ready, you can bring your knees in, hug the knees with the arms, any movements side to side or front to back. And then roll over to the right here and hold in a fetal position. And then you can bring your left hand to the mat or to the floor and bring yourselves up seated in any seated position that you would like. Take a moment in silence, honoring the self. We need to give much more importance to the interesting category of asanas, whose power goes far beyond that is visible. Maybe their regular practice would give us the strength of the body, the organs, and the mind. Thank you guys so very, very much for being here. Namaste.